So another quick video, and I think a follow-up to leveling the bed, and hopefully this helps you guys out with the dual Z-min and the way it's supposed to work, right? I'll try to walk through this pretty quick as we've done this in the past. You have your dual Z-end stops, right? There's the left one over there and the right one over there. It's the green long thing sticking out here. And then you have the knobs, in my case, on the bottom, right? And what you want to do is you want to get the frame. Your first goal of really using the dual Z-end stops is to get the frame level on the X-plane, right? So you don't want the bed, my finger was the bed, right, or my hands, right? You don't want the bed like this. Obviously you want it as close to straight as you can, and really what you're trying to do is achieve it so that's parallel to the gantry on top, right? So ideally your bed, it's hard to focus, but your bed should be level to the smooth rods, or sorry, parallel to the smooth rods as much as you can, right? And by bed, right now I mean the aluminum frame down here, right? We're not talking about this bed. Yes, will be later, but for now, just think of it this way: you want this aluminum frame 2020 to be parallel to those smooth rods running along the X. All right. So what you're going to try to do as best as you can is find something that you can fit in between the 2020 here and either this point on here, right? Ideally you want to use the middle, so maybe the middle of the holder up here, right? The top lead screw holder, right? So something that fits between the 2020, again, not the bed, the 2020, and the top of here. Same thing on the right side. And whatever might be a tool or some case or random plastic piece, doesn't matter, right? Get that nice and level with both Z's, right? So you'll adjust the Z knobs on the bottom until you get that nice and level. That's really what you're after, right? You're not adjusting like a normal i3. You're not turning the lead screws by hand to get that level, because it doesn't really matter. It's the end stops that make the point, right? So turn these knobs until you get the 2020 level, right? This bed here, level as best as you can, or on the left side and the right side, right? There's different ways of doing it, but that hopefully makes it easy for you. Another way you can do this, if you already have the bed in place, is tighten your bed knobs, and mine are hard to see, but you can see them in yellow back here. Tighten the knobs nearly all the way down, right? You don't want them completely all the way down, but leave it so that there's some springiness to the bed, right? That's fine, right? That's about, I would say, 3 to 4 millimeters of travel in that spring. I think it's good. And then you can then place the knob on this left, or no, I'm sorry. You can place the nozzle on the left edge here as close as you can to the lead screw, and then on the right edge, and then do the left side first. Rotate the knob until it's as close as you can get it to the nozzle. Right, you can do a piece of paper test or use a feeler gauge. And then you want the same distance from the bed. Right now we're talking about the glass bed on the right side as well. And so again, what that'll do is at least it'll ensure that the glass bed is parallel to the smooth rods at the top. Right? Alright, now once you have that level, then you're going to do the same thing you would do on any other printer. And you're going to run 4 corners, and you're going to level those. Now, a suggestion, I just use, you can see from the top of my bed there, I use the far edge of the of these thermal pads, right? So that's roughly 100 millimeters from the corner, maybe 110, 120, right, from the corner. Don't do it on the edge. You'll have differences in the glass, the aluminum, whatever it might be. You can drive yourself nuts. So go 100 millimeters from that corner, right? Sorry, 100 millimeters from this corner inwards, or roughly about 100 millimeters this way on the Y, 100 millimeters on the X, and level your nozzles that way, right? And you go all the way around, right? Do it on all 4 sides, and then once you got your bed, you think pretty level, run your test print. There's a good file I'll post out a bit later, but any test print that you can, hopefully trying to run a skirt along the whole side of the bed, or on the whole ring of the bed, and make sure level. Now, if you need to do any fine tuning of the bed, right, if you notice that it's kind of squishing it, but it's squishing it too much all around, or the extruder skipping because there's actually, you put the bed too close, or you're too far, you can adjust the baby stepping. I think in here, hopefully you guys can see it. There is a Z baby stepping, right? So you can manually bring the bed closer. You do have to do this on every print, so it's not really ideal, but that is an option. This also tells you roughly how many millimeters closer you need to be, right? Maybe you're just 0.05 millimeter off, or you're like 0.2 millimeters off. So that helps. The other option is obviously within your slicer, if you have a Z offset in Simplify 3D or in Slicer, Slick 3R. I don't know if Cura has a Z offset, but that's another option. Deal, but an option. Or if you actually want to fix the problem, I think better is to turn these left and right knobs as equally as you can, right? So just do it very slowly. Remember, turning to the back will lower the bed if you think of it that way. So the way I think of it is back off. So backing off, turn it towards the back. That gives me more room in the nozzle. Backing the bed away from the nozzle. That's the way I remember it. So, if you need more room, turn the left knob and the right knob as equally as you can towards the back. If you want to bring it closer, turn it towards the front. Again, come closer to you, bring the bed closer to the nozzle, right? So hopefully that helps you guys leveling the bed on the ENIAC. It does work. It is a bit of a pain, but it does hold the level pretty well for quite a bit of prints. Unless obviously you smash